welcome back for another episode of The Feeling is Mutual. And we have with us today Jason Durkin, who is a loan officer with us in the Morris office. And you also are in Shorewood, too.
Yes, I bounce back between both offices.
Great. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
We're thrilled to have you with us today. And we're just going to talk real quick kind of about the home market here. It's
Yeah.
kind of hot and rates, but we're going to talk about what's the first thing you should do if someone's looking to buy a home.
Yeah, so if someone's interested in looking at making a purchase, the first thing that's recommended is to reach out to a mortgage professional to obtain a pre-qualification letter.
Okay. And okay, I hear a lot about pre-qualification. So what is that and how does someone get started with that?
That's a great question. So the way that I like to start off the pre-approval process is I have an initial phone call with my borrower where I ask a series of questions to become more familiar with their situation. Every borrower's got a unique situation, and one loan program may work for one borrower and it may not work for another. So I have my initial phone call where I become familiar with their loan scenario, and then I ask the borrower to apply online by completing a questionnaire on the First Federal website. And then I'll pull credit, take a look at their income and asset documentations, and then I determine what their purchasing power is.
Perfect. I know you probably see all different kinds of situations and know customers probably the same. So you probably work with a lot of different unique situations. And I know there's a lot of programs out there. So how do you find the right fit for the program to the borrower?
Yeah, there's a lot of different factors that come into that. It could be a first-time home buyer that maybe their funds are limited. So maybe I'm looking at a loan program that pairs well with doing a down payment assistance program, which we have several of those. It could be a borrower that is looking to put a large down payment. So then I try to figure out a way to get them the best interest rate based on their down payment. Could be a veteran that is looking to do a VA loan. Some borrowers are purchasing in a rural area like Ottawa or Morris, and they could look at doing a 0% down USDA loan. So, determining the area that they're purchasing, their job, if they're a veteran or currently on active duty. So there's a kind of a wide range of things I look at. And then once I have my initial call, I kind of filter that down on the initial phone call to determine maybe one or two programs right out of the gate that might be a good fit for them. And then I usually like to give the borrower options and let them choose which is the right program
Which is the
for
right
them.
fit for them.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know that there's so many programs out there and people may not even they think they may coming in for a loan, but then don't realize all the different options that are available.
Yeah, a lot of times I'll have borrowers that come in that maybe have a general idea just from seeing things online or maybe doing some research. But a lot of times they're not aware of down payment assistance programs. So that's always great news right out of the gate that I will let them know that I think that based on their income level or maybe the county they're purchasing in, that they might be eligible for a grant.
Perfect. And there are some programs where I think you just said a down payment may not be necessary.
Yeah,
Or
so
is there?
yes, well, sometimes the borrower, they have sufficient funds and they don't need down payment assistance. A lot of the grant programs that are out there, there are income limits. So a lot of times a first-time home buyer will more easily fit into the guidelines of the down payment assistance program, where someone that's maybe a more seasoned buyer, their income may be such that not only do they not need the grant, but their income is too high to obtain the grant anyway.
Wonderful. That's great information, Jason. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I know that people, your customers love working with you. I know we get a lot of reviews about you, and they constantly talk about how easy you made it for them. So
Yeah, I
sounds like you enjoy what you do.
yeah, I enjoy what I do, and what I try to do is just always be available for my borrowers. I know that the home buying process can be very stressful, so if they do have a question for me and it's late at night, I always encourage them to just shoot me a text, and I'll try to answer that question for them so they can kind of rest easy.
Right. Oh,
Well, during that whole home buying process. So
very nice. Well, thank you again. Um, I highly recommend anyone who's interested in purchasing a home, building a home, come and see Jason. He's our like 5-star loan officer. He's
yeah,
always getting the good reviews.
thank
So
you. I appreciate that.
thank you. And thank you for watching. And we look forward to seeing you again on another episode of The Feeling is Mutual.